the National Football League. And we're watching the longtime star Bobby Wagner, owner of 64 tackles, coming into this game. It's the Caps and the Steamers, and it's coming up next on Madden Football.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League finds us in the capital city of Columbus, Ohio. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Columbus Ball Club entering play. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Meanwhile, for our visiting Memphis Ball Club, they've been playing well, really well. Winners of 5 of their last 7, but losers last time out. Charles and I have been looking forward to this one all week, and we are underway from Columbus. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by a Heisman runner-up during his college days. It's the versatile Jalen Hurts.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw 1 touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. From the gun, it's Hurts. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a halt. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And he's going to lose a yard or 2, taken down behind the line. Multiple players getting home for the 1-yard sack. What a great job getting pressure here on the first drive. 3 plays and already 2 sacks.
And that pressure has been intense right from the beginning. And I'm telling you, if they don't make an adjustment in play calling and protection, it'll go from intense to relentless.
It'll be a 10-yard return following a punt of 45. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. They'll be led out by their rookie quarterback, the latest in a long line of NFL QBs from USC.
And for how good he is throwing the ball, it's his running that makes him so dangerous. He had a couple of touchdowns on the ground in last week's game, so we'll see what they dial up for him for this one.
First carry here for Kenneth Walker III. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. To the air, Williams. They will find Davis. That's complete. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
In motion right is Smith. And they're going to give it to him on the jet sweep. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. Across the line and to the ball quickly there, Trey Hendrickson. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Looking to throw is Williams. He'll get this one complete to Davis. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That's good for a first down, his 2nd catch of the opening drive. To throw, it's Williams. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain. Walker now on 1st and 10. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Smith catches left side. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive. With these run-pass options, we often talk about a good quarterback and running back. Well, having a talented wide receiver helps also.
Yeah, even coming in third in the discussion, sometimes that means he really should be first, because all you want to do is get the ball in their hands and let them make the big plays downfield.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. And they keep those sticks moving forward, that time with a gain of 3. So not quite a first and goal. It's first and 10 from the 10. Now to the ground. Here's Walker. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there. Second down. In motion, the tight end. So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty. And now after the delay of game, they're operating behind the sticks, 2nd and 15. Throwing is Williams. Flushed out, and he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Christian Barmore able to run him down for a loss of a yard. Partner, we had their game last week where they had 6 sacks, so a little bit more momentum here again in the first quarter.
And last week it appeared that they were coming out of sprinters blocks, chasing the quarterback. So how do they continue that? How do they keep making it happen? Different looks, different disguises, different angles that they chase him.
They were so disruptive last week. We'll see what the trend is here as we go forward. That one good for only 6, and it leaves them with a 4th down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long, because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the first down.
So an opening drive field goal maybe doesn't whip this crowd into a frenzy, but I think that they will take the early lead.
There's no doubt about it. They will always take the early lead, and maybe that celebration comes later if they play well and they can break things open. But right now, this is all about letting the offense just get settled in.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
Throwing is Hurts. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Hurts dangerous when he runs that football. He's got a first. They'll look to throw. Over the middle into the hands of Burks. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it'll be second down. Hurts sets up to throw it. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a first down. A run out of the gun with Brooks. Tackle made by Grover Stewart. When you look at this defense, they come into this one down at the 27th position in the league, Charles, against the run.
One thing players always tell us is that they never really pay attention to numbers. I don't believe them for a second. They know where they rank, okay? They're not quite at the top, but they're far from the bottom. But let's face it, they want to move up. In order to do that, they've got to look at each other and make sure everyone's taking care of their assignments in order to play the run better. Well, partner, I have to say they called them in the right defense there. Nickel set, 5th defensive back on the field. And they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the interception. They're not as worried about the running play, right?
Not at all. I still remember being in school, and one of my offensive line teammates used to say, boy, I'd love to come downfield and hit you little people.
Good run there. Oh, and they sent the man in motion too late. This is going to be a delay. So a penalty that can frustrate a coach so much, a mental error, and it'll back him up 5 yards. Following the delay, here's 2nd and 9. In motion left goes Burks. Hurts. He gets this one to Burks. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and this will wind up being a 3rd and 3. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. On to the second quarter. Memphis in possession of the football. Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. They'll try and run here with Brooks. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, week 18, this is just when you hope everybody can get through the regular season healthy, but the medical staff is going to have to take a look here, and we'll step aside. Brooks. Touchdown. So he had the nice run to get him down there, was stopped just short of the goal line, but they go right back to him, CD, and he delivers to finish the drive off.
A little extra determination there, don't you think, partner? You notice he didn't tap on his helmet and say, get me out after the run down to the end zone. He said, I almost got in. I'm going to get in on my own. I'm staying in. And he carries it across the goal line.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. A 10-play drive that time, and it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. And what a big-time play there. 48 yards.
Let's just call it as we just saw it right there, a breakdown defensively. Seems like no one went with the tight end, and no one really did. Had all sorts of space in the middle of the field. Yeah, everyone else was covered, but he was not. Big play results.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. They get this to Smith on the jet sweep. Now we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player, and it appears to be Devontae Smith who's having some problems here. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. From the 22 now, here's the 2nd and 9. From the gun, it's Walker. And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. Now, this is just the last thing you want to see in the final week of the regular season. Well, I hope he's okay. We'll step aside and be right back. The kick by McManus is good, and they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So the margin shrinks there as they get the field goal to draw them a bit closer here in this second quarter.
Yeah, nice snap, nice hole. They just want to keep this game close, so give them credit for finishing that one off with 3.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6. On his own read, a handoff here to Brooks. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Here's Hurts to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Johnson. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that will bring up 2nd down. They'll run straight ahead with Brooks. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there, 4th and 3.
And defensively, they had an extra defensive back on the field, their nickel package, and it made a difference. All the receivers were blanketed, so he tried to run for it, but he came up just a bit short.
So the kick from here on a field goal would have been right at 53 yards, but instead, offense out there. They're going for it. They'll try it now with Brooks. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. Good spot on the field to go for it, kind of no man's land as they call it, and it worked out.
Yeah, they call it no man's land because your punter's telling you it's too short. I'm just going to punt it into the end zone. Your field goal kicker might give you a little raised eyebrow, might be too far for the field goal, so it gives you a great chance to go for it. Personally, if you have those tendencies to be aggressive as a head coach, you kind of like this spot because it gives you the decision to go ahead and go for it when you want to anyway.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
On that snap, he's a hero of his defense after the play he just made. A one-possession game, and his hit kept it exactly that.
They run out of the gun with Brooks here. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Jalen Hurts taking it in from 11 yards out as his guys are able to extend their lead. Not the first time on this drive we saw him take matters into his own hands, and this time he finishes things off with a touchdown run.
You're not going to be happy with me, but I think he took matters into his own feet, didn't he?
Oh, Davis from the top rope. I like it. Point after, right down the middle, and the lead is up to 8. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And in the end, the finishing touch, an 11-yard run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. And now it looks like he's in some discomfort after being tackled at the end of that return. Well, week 18, this is just when you hope everybody can get through the regular season healthy, but the medical staff is going to have to take a look here, and we'll step aside. Here's Williams. There's a short one caught by Johnson. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. The power move there couldn't buy him much space. Here's a 2nd and 8. Running right, here's Walker. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That good for 22 and a first down. Well, it's kind of fitting. A couple days ago when we met with him, I said, what is it about your running game that's so effective? He said, I like to tag myself as elusive. He was pretty elusive right there.
And his teammates appreciate that because they know they don't have to hold their blocks for very long. As one of them told us, if I just breathe some bad breath on the guy in front of me, that's all I need to do, and he's gone.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. Up the middle, here's Walker. And just a couple yards there down to the 17. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. And going right back to Walker. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9. To throw, Williams. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. Emmanuel Ogbah. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. Now McManus will line up for the field goal. This from 42 yards out. The kick by McManus is good. And that'll get the lead down to 5. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Oh, some strong running. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. Up the middle with Brooks here. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Devin White coming in for that outside linebacker spot, and he buries him for a loss of 7. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. A tough spot here, 3rd and 15. The slot man in motion right. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. They'll look to throw here on first down. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Now 2nd and 5. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. He'll look to throw. He shakes him off. Being chased out left. But now he's swallowed up and taken down. Devin White, that is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. And that is no good. And they'll be unable to build here onto their 5-point lead. So we've come to halftime in a 5-point game. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. It's all down to this. Week 18 of the NFL regular season. Lots to be decided, so let's get right to it. In the first half, it was Jonathan Brooks who had it working. He had a touchdown run that helped get his guys this halftime lead. This has certainly been a fun one to watch so far. We knew this was going to be a battle, and we have not been disappointed. This is the kind of game that could wind up hinging on which side could play mistake-free football the rest of the way.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. This offense ready to go to begin this 3rd quarter. And Charles, some things to like about that first half, ultimately trailing here, but certainly this deficit is manageable. So curious to see what adjustments they may have made at intermission.
As am I, because I think things bode well for a possible comeback, because I thought a lot of their best reps in the first half came through the passing game. They were hitting the open receivers, taking whatever the coverage gave them and making it work well for themselves. Now, they just want to pick up the pace of scoring a little bit. So I expect them to come out and continue to throw the ball effectively.
Got a man, that's Richie James. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And now it's 3rd and 4. Operating from the gun, Williams. It's caught by Davis. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. In motion right, that's Burks. Hurts with a little pop pass on the jet sweep. And that is not fooling anyone. He never had a chance to turn the corner there, and they'll go backwards right away. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down. Play clock all the way to 0. Didn't get the snap off. 5-yard penalty.
And you see the head coach writing that note on his play sheet right now. He's going to be addressing that with his staff. A sense of urgency. Get to the line of scrimmage. Snap the ball.
In motion right, that's Burks. Looking to throw. He gets it to Burks again. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And 3rd and 8 now. He'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down.
Remember, Brandon, he ran for a touchdown earlier, so his decision to go ahead and tuck it and go again turned out to be a wise one.
And the decision is what is important here. He has made some good decisions on when to tuck it and go. They'll look to throw now on first down. That's pulled in by Brooks. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. They'll send a receiver in motion left. Off the play fake. Here's Hurts. Johnson's got it complete. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot. Back to throw. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
But based on the play we just saw there, he might not be the guy you want to challenge in coverage on these all-important snaps. He certainly looks dialed in right now.
And the slot man goes in motion left. They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up. And he's just going to run right into that big old defensive end, and that play going nowhere. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. Sean McDermott didn't hesitate. They'll go for it on 4th. They'll try and throw for it with Hurts. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The 4th down pass play doesn't work out. And as a result, possession switches hands. Even though they didn't get it, probably the right call. Too long for a field goal and just not a whole lot to gain from a punt there.
Yeah, you wouldn't have really netted very much yardage if you pumped the ball, right? And the thing about a field goal, and you know this from so much experience, the longer the field goal, the lower it comes out off the kick, right? Which means it's got a better chance of being blocked. So you're taking a chance either way. I like the fact they went for it.
Looking to throw is Williams. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards. We've seen the pressure get to him several times in this game. There, though, we see him escape it.
And we've seen this rookie video before as well. That type of pressure, oftentimes, what do you resort to? Your legs, try and escape. What you hope is that this doesn't become habit for him, that he learns how to handle the pressure, still keep his eyes downfield, and make some throws.
And they're not going to get this one off in time. It'll be a delay. So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. Straight ahead, Walker. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
That's quickly out wide to Davis. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Well, it looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
I certainly like what he did right there because he smartly wanted to avoid forcing anything downfield because nothing appeared to be open. Nice harmless slide there to avoid the big hit, and he gets a small gain on the play.
The kick by McManus is good, and that will cut the lead down to just 2. It can be a thankless job sometimes to be a kicker, but they're thanking him right now. That's now 4 field goals. He's kept him in the game.
He sure has. That offense has got to find its rhythm because I'm not sure that just kicking field goals is going to allow them to win this game.
Shreds him with a stiff arm. And he's going to be out of bounds across the 50. Great return.
The Steamers offense and Jalen Hurts ready to take over once more. On 1st and 10, it's Brooks.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
Looking to throw on 2nd down.
Hurts. He'll get this complete to Worthy.
And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. Now flags, and we're going to get a delay of game. Delay of game penalty. Ships him back 5 yards, makes it 3rd and 10. They'll set up a throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he's got this down to the 35. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the 1st, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Certainly a rarity for all but an elite couple of quarterbacks in this league to have a 100-yard day on the ground. Heck, even running backs don't hit the mark as often as they used to. Nice to see them keep calling his number once they saw he was in line for a special game.
On the handoff, this is Brooks.
And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Down inside the 10. And he's hauled away down to the 6-yard line. The end result, 21 yards.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
Hurts with a little pop pass on the jet sweep.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Here's a handoff to Brooks.
And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Columbus. It's been a good one so far. Just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Flushed out right. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. He opted to go with his scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to at least make it a 5-point cushion. And his kick here is good. And that will push the lead up to 5. So they get to 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Working out of the gun, Williams. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front. And that right there, his first incompletion of the game, pretty remarkable.
So let's start talking about all-time records, because with that incompletion, maybe over a 2-game sequence, or maybe starts a new streak now, because Ryan Tannehill, over 2 games, hit 25 straight. Now, the incompletion, we're taking this record out of play. But Mark Brunell, when he's with Washington, 22 straight completions to start a game. This guy is on fire.
From the gun, here's Williams. That one caught downfield. It's Hooper.
And he's able to get it all the way down to the 20. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run.
Well, this is where an offense needs to show what it's made of, and in fact, where a quarterback needs to show what he's made of, trying to engineer a fourth-quarter comeback, and he hits a big one right there.
So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10.
Throwing again here, Williams.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Kenneth Walker, his target, out of the backfield.
And now it's 2nd down.
Out of the gun, Walker with it.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal. In motion goes the tight end. On a delay of game there, they could not get the play off in time.
Frustrating for the head coach, frustrating for the offense. Sometimes you have to get the play call in a little bit quicker.
The delay of game, a costly one, as they're backed up 5 for 1st and goal. In motion is Austin Hooper.
Again, it's Walker.
And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line.
From the shotgun, a throw for Williams.
His pass caught at the 4. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
For the lead, here's 3rd and goal. They'll look to throw for it with Williams.
Steps away to his left. And he will take this one in for a touchdown.
Caleb Williams
taking it in from 4 yards out.
And the Caps have taken a 4th-quarter lead. This has definitely been a back-and-forth affair, and now they have the lead here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, and they gave up the field goal on that last drive, as we remember, but it felt like their offense told them, don't worry about it. We've got your backs. We'll come back with a touchdown of our own, and they did.
Now a toss coming right side. It's Walker, and he'll get into the end zone. So now a field goal would only tie as they've upped their lead to 3. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The visitors' offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And this defense has got to be at its wits' end, trying to come up with ways to keep him contained. He's had so many opportunities to tuck it and go, and he's turned a number of those opportunities into big plays.
And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
We knew both of these safeties were good in run support, but how about the play we just saw there? How about that closing speed? Able to get to the outside part of the field and turn that play into a loss.
They'll run with Brooks.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
So nothing doing there, and it'll be 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Taken in at the 22. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return.
Columbus's offense just about ready to go again. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. 73 yards rushing for him now to this point. Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd and 4. To throw, it's Williams.
Completes it to Davis. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down. Up the middle they run. It's Walker.
And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46.
It's a 13-yard pickup as the downs reset.
Here's Williams.
It's caught over the middle. Hooper. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
To throw, Williams.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Just because you've got the lead in the 4th, it doesn't mean you have to play it safe. I like the aggressive play call there to push it downfield. That time, it didn't work out.
Throwing is Williams.
Renfro bringing it in over the middle. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down. On the handoff, this is Walker. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
If you can keep getting gains like that, Charles, with the lead here in the 4th quarter, I mean, keep running it, right?
No doubt about it, but what the offense coordinator has to do is understand. They're going to continue to stack the line of scrimmage. What runs do you have in your arsenal that'll work against a stacked box and continue to move the ball?
It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal. To the air, Williams. And he's got his man in stride, complete. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal. In motion is Austin Hooper. Flag comes out, and that's because the offense did not get the play off in time.
And you can see the head coach, he is not happy. Everyone getting away from him right now because he's frustrated that they didn't get the ball snapped in time.
Now to the ground, here's Walker. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line.
That looked great when he first took off because, in my mind, there was room to run and he had the marker in his sight. But I certainly didn't expect him to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now that forced him to make a decision with his 4th down call.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. They're looking at a 4th down now as they try to hold on to this lead for dear life. The kick by McManus is good, and the drive will wind up yielding 3. So it's another field goal here. He may need to ice his leg after this one. That's now 5 field goals converted in this game alone.
Yeah, get the trainer. They're going to need this guy, and they've needed every single one of the field goals he's made, too. If they're going to get out of here with a win, I say he gets a game ball.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. A timeout for an injured player, and it looks like it's Traylon Burks who's in some discomfort out there. Now, this is just the last thing you want to see in the final week of the regular season. I hope he's okay. We'll step aside and be right back. He's back to throw. That's into the hands of Worthy. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Here comes 2nd down at 5. He'll look to throw. This ball taken in here by Brooks. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Back to throw. Hurts fumbles it. And now this ball picked up by the offense. But here in the final 2 minutes of the game, this will be blown dead. Only the fumbler can advance the football, so this will go back to the spot of the fumble itself. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete. Back-to-back big plays defensively. First the sack, now they force the incompletion on 3rd and long. Things looking pretty good for them.
And this is where they have to be careful because they've got the momentum going their way. They will be really amped up to get to the quarterback. Look out. Draw, screen, something that can be used against them.
And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. No choice but to go. Here's 4th down now. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Well, hold everything here because this is about the last guy that they would want to see shaken up. Quarterback Jalen Hurts in some discomfort. Final minute, no timeouts at their disposal. Here's 1st and 10. Now Jones.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Jones. And that one drops to the ground. Incomplete. Clock stops here just inside of 20 seconds. 19 left.
Well, this crowd is making an impact right now. 3rd and 10. Here's Jones.
And that will be incomplete with the clock down now to 13 seconds. They were moving the ball well early in the drive, but now it's 4th down. 3 straight incompletions all of a sudden could be their final play.
And with that type of pressure, how are they going to handle it? What do you call in this situation? Personally, I got to get the ball to my best player with the play he likes to run best.
And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing.
Well, you really can't ask for much more than what we just had here. Not only a close game that went down to the wire, Charles, but a clean one, too. No turnovers in this contest.
And I think you're exactly right about that. To me, this is just a pair of offenses trying to find the slightest bit of separation from each other. And they were both hoping that the other side would make the big mistake first. But today, neither side made that mistake. And what we got, a very entertaining game throughout.
So for Columbus,
they get the victory in the season finale, but it will still mean a sub-500 season as they finish at 8-9.
and by just about all accounts, not the type of year they were hoping to have. Meanwhile, for Memphis,
The loss means they finish with a mark of 10 wins and 7 losses.
and it's going to be finger-crossing time as we await the final shakedown of this year's playoff picture. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.